Hello everyone, I am Siddhi Bhattare and today is my topic we will discuss on the regulatory authority. So before going on the authority, we must know what is regulatory authority, what is the use of regulatory authority in pharmacovigilance. So let's start it. Before going to the regulatory authority, we must know what is actually the PV. PV, it is nothing but the detection, assessment, understanding, and prevention of the adverse drug event or any drug related problem. And to maintain this to PV, to maintain the PV, because in PV the main objective is decreasing the frequency of ADR, and whatever the manufacturing is done, it is done in a ethical manner, and and it is approved in also an ethical manner. So these are the main objective, and to follow this all this ethical manner in a ethical manner, there is a regulatory authority which have the certain guidelines for maintaining such rules, and for maintaining that guidelines there are some rules and regulations, so that the PV is maintained. So there are certain regulatory authority who work to maintain the pharmacovigilance activity, or to work the pharmacovigilance activity. So in different countries there are different regulatory authority. So in India there is a CDSCO, that is Central Drug Standard Control Organization. And next in Canada there is a Health Canada Authority. In Europe there is a European Medicinal Agency. In Japan there is a Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare. And next in UK there is MHRA. UK is also called as MHRA. So in UK there is MHRA, whose long form is Medicine and Healthcare Product of Regulatory Authority. So here is these are some some governing bodies who maintain all the guidelines, and to maintain the guidelines there are certain rules. So these are followed by some rules, compliance, and or to these guidelines, the online audit and compliance is done. What is compliance? Compliance is a document which contains all the rules and regulation to maintain certain guidelines. And what is audit? Audit, it is nothing but detection all the things by means of help of documents. And inspection, it is nothing but the live inspection. That is, we are whatever we are searching, that is inspection, it is done at a live state. That is, we are going at that place and we are finding that whether the rules are followed or not, guidelines is maintained or not. In this way, these are some regulatory authority who maintain all these things. Also there are some various reporting form for maintaining this for reporting of ADR. So in India there is suspected adverse drug reaction reporting form. In UK there is a yellow card, and the US FDA has a Medwash form, and Europe has a CM form. That is, its long form is Council of International Organization of Medical Science. Next, this regulatory authority whatever the ADR is occurring, we are first of all taking all this ADR by means of help of reporting form. As I said, there are various reporting form depending on the various countries. So this reporting form once get filled, then it get entered into the database, that is Argus tab. Argus tab, it is used, which is followed by the MEDRA coding, World Health Organization Drug Dictionary. World Health Organization Drug Dictionary contains all the codes of drugs, and this drugs code is put in the MEDRA, and also the signs and symptoms and its medications, and all this illness is coded in the MEDRA, and this both help, this MEDRA and WHODD help to code in the Argus tab. So it is used in whole across the world, and first of all for FDA, that is US FDA, there is a special software, that is database for reporting the ADR, called as FAERS database, that is FDA Adverse Event Reporting System. In this way, all these adverse drug reactions, whatever are going, they are submitted to the regulatory authority. In this way, all this PV is managed in a proper systematic way. Here is the short brief overview of regulatory authority. Hope you should understand this. Here is the end of my video. Thank you.